Every champion was once a beginner who refused to give up on the basics. There was a young man named David who wanted to change his life. He made lists. He set goals. He promised himself every Monday that this week would be different. But by Wednesday, he was back to old habits. Scrolling for hours, skipping workouts, eating junk food, breaking promises to himself. David thought he was broken, that some people were just born with discipline, and he wasn't one of them. But then he met an old boxing coach named Ray at a gym. Ray was 72 years old, still fit, still sharp. David watched Ray work with a young boxer who kept giving up after 2 rounds. "I can't do it," the boxer gasped. Ray didn't yell. He didn't push. He simply said, "Your body isn't tired. Your willpower is, and it needs training." David approached Ray after the session. "What do you mean willpower needs training?" Ray smiled. "Sit down, kid." The old coach grabbed a dumbbell from the rack. A small one, just 5 pounds. "You see this?" Ray asked. "If I asked you to curl this 100 times right now, could you do it?" David nodded. "Yeah, easily." Ray explained that 10 years ago, David might have failed at 20 reps because his muscles were weak and needed consistent training. Ray looked David in the eyes. "Willpower works exactly the same way. Right now, your willpower is weak because you've never trained it." David leaned forward. "So how do I train it?" Ray held up one finger. "First, you stop trying to lift the heaviest weight." Ray noted that people fail when they try to change everything at once on January 1st, like trying to bench press 300 pounds. David felt that truth hit him. That's exactly what he'd been doing. "So what do I do instead?" he asked. Ray said, "You start small, ridiculously small, so small it feels stupid. Don't commit to an hour of working out, commit to 5 minutes. Aim for 1 page a day instead of a book a week. Drink 1 glass of water every morning instead of changing your whole diet." David frowned. "But that's barely anything. That won't change my life." Ray laughed. "That's what everyone thinks. But here's the secret." Ray said, "It's not about the action. It's about the promise. Every kept promise makes your willpower stronger. You're proving you're capable." The old coach stood up and walked to the heavy bag hanging in the corner. He tapped it lightly. "This bag weighs 70 pounds. Looks solid, right? But I didn't hang it here in 1 day. I hung it with 100 small actions, drilling the bracket, tightening each bolt, checking the chain, testing the weight. Small actions, consistent actions. That's how anything great gets built." David started to understand, "So I focus on keeping small promises first." Exactly. And here's what happens. After a week of keeping small promises, you start to trust yourself again. After a month, that trust becomes confidence. After 3 months, you're not the same person anymore. You've literally rewired your brain. You've trained your willpower muscle to be stronger. But here's the second part. You have to protect that muscle. You know what kills willpower faster than anything? Decision fatigue. Every decision you make during the day drains your willpower. What to wear, what to eat, whether to check your phone, whether to work or procrastinate. By the end of the day, your willpower is exhausted. "So what do I do?" David asked. "You remove decisions. You create systems. You decide once instead of deciding every day." I pack my gym bag the night before. I lay out my clothes. I meal prep on Sundays. I don't waste willpower on decisions I can automate. I save that willpower for the things that actually matter. David nodded slowly. Everything Ray said made sense. It wasn't about motivation. It was about training. "One more thing," Ray said. "You're going to fail sometimes. You're going to skip a day, break a promise. That's fine. But here's what separates people who succeed from people who quit. Successful people get back on track immediately. They don't wait for Monday. They don't spiral, they just start again the next day. That's discipline, that's real strength." David left the gym that day with a new understanding. He didn't need to be perfect. He just needed to start. He committed to 1 push-up every morning, just 1. It felt silly, but he did it. And the next day, he did it again and again. After 2 weeks, 1 push-up became 5. After a month, 5 became 20. After 3 months, he was working out 30 minutes every day without even thinking about it. But more than that, David noticed something incredible. His willpower in other areas got stronger too. He procrastinated less. He ate better. He kept more promises. Because he'd trained the muscle. And like any muscle, once it gets strong, it makes everything else easier. Here's the truth. Willpower isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. One small promise at a time. So stop waiting for motivation. Stop trying to change everything at once. Just pick one small thing. So small it feels too easy. Because champions aren't made in moments of inspiration. They're made in moments of discipline. Train your willpower like a muscle and watch your entire life transform, one rep at a time.